Give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Also want to give double honors unto the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations unto the elect of YAHSHA, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans today, as well as the Akim out there enduring this truth across the four corners of the earth, prophesying and preaching the word of Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, in truth and sincerity, as well as the men and women that follow, and those who might look like the other nations, but are of the nation of Israel and their father's side by blood. And getting into it, I don't know exactly, what the lesson title will be, but I was listening to this elder brother lesson earlier, and it's from a couple of days ago, and he says something in there which I am going to play the clip real quick.
To feed his sheep and to keeping me busy, keeping me occupied. Occupied till he come. And I know for sure when I started that, I'm like, you know what, bro, ain't no turning back. It's called a daily verse for a reason. It gotta be daily. Not one day and then 2 days off and then I take a week off and then that's sketchy. So I knew to myself, damn, I'm like, damn. Well, I committed, so now I gotta fucking do it. And that's the exact definition of discipline. And I'm not saying any of that to big myself up or boast. No, fuck that. Fuck. To hell with me. To hell with me. It's all Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, bro.
Now, this elder brother is speaking about the daily verses, which I catch pretty often. And I even thought about that myself. I'm like, dang, he be posting them up on the daily. But as you can see right here, he's saying, the Lord put the spirit on him to do that, but he had to be committed to it. I actually want to look at that definition and etymology, So, ooh-wee, already. It says, given charge and trust. Connect, Salakia, unite, commandeer, unite, connect, combine, bring together from com meaning with or together, matir meaning to release or let go or send or throw. See mission. Sending abroad, act of sending. Hey, well, being apostles, as we give our apostles and elders, double honors, but technically we're all apostles, and we've been sent out, on a mission, right? To feed the sheep, okay? To feed the Lord's sheep, to feed his lambs. All right. So we're on a mission. Okay. So to commit to something, meaning you're on that mission, you're with it together in a sense. Okay. And as he was saying, now his mission through the Spirit was, I would say his commitment through the Spirit was to get the daily verses out. That's what he was speaking about. You look into the video, and it had me thinking, it's like, when it comes to Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, you gotta do things on a daily. Hey, look it through the Spirit. Look at the word. The second word has been trending in the etymology is lukewarm, because you can't be lukewarm. Let's get that precept. All right, let's get that precept. Because the Lord rather you pick a side, man. Revelations 3:16, it says, so then, well, I'll read up a little bit. Verse 15, it says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. Right? So then, because thou art lukewarm, because you straddling the fence, you don't really know if you in this or not, neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. So the Lord is going to pick a side for you, and it ain't going to be the side that you would prefer to be on. So you have to commit, and that's respectable. It's just the same as a woman. A woman don't know if she want to be with you or not. Hey, well, I'll pick for you. Bye. Because if you don't know if you want to be here or not, I'm not about to stress myself out to keep you here. And then you can switch at any moment. So the Lord wants committers, man. He wants people he want being a vessel unto honor, fit for the master's use. Okay, he wants you to commit. It's like when these guys, they in high school and they get these letters from the colleges, and they commit to a school, I'm rolling with y'all. The other schools, they lose out, man. And that's how we gotta be. We gotta be committed. Hey, call all y'all YAHAWASHI. I think I might have a title. Committed to daily tasks, man. You know, we gotta be committed to daily tasks. All right. So let's get into them. Let's get into them. There's a lot of, not a lot of precepts, but I'm gonna try to get through them. I gotta get to work. Cause hey, that's another thing I want to get committed to is I want to start getting my lessons out in a more timely fashion, so I'm not rushing it. I hate to be feeling like I'm rushing and doing a lesson. All right. So we'll start here. Let me see. Well, we'll start here because this is where it kind of came upon my mind through the Spirit on. All right, and I'm gonna just read the whole prayer. A must needs. This is Matthew 6:8. It says, Be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before you ask him. After this manner, therefore pray ye, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Right? Now, of course, sticking with this, give us our daily bread. And I took a screenshot of this earlier, but I had asked Chat GPT, you know, the purpose of the daily bread. Okay. And this was the answer that it gave. It said, in a biblical / spiritual meaning, the phrase "give us this day our daily bread" comes from the Lord's Prayer. It says bread here represents basic needs for life: food, shelter, health, spiritual strength. The purpose is to remind believers to depend on the Most High daily. That's why we got to be committed to our daily tasks. That's why there was daily sacrifices. Okay? Because we wasn't perfect, and we're showing the Lord that we trust in him by abiding by what he said to do and asking for forgiveness on the daily, you know, making those sacrifices, and that's what we have to do in this present time. The scriptures say make your bodies a living sacrifice, meaning you got to give up time with your family, give up time on your job sometimes. Me personally, you know, it's not a law or decree or anything, but when I feel like when I'm not serving YAHAWASHI to my potential, when I feel like I'm not committed on a daily, I'll say, but I can make it to work on time and get through those hours and all of that, complaining or not, then I call off sometime and fuck that job. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that job. I'm gonna take this extra day off, and I'm gonna get to where I need to be. You know. Now the thing is being committed on a daily, doing it on a daily, man. All right. That way I don't get into that slump, you know. But your daily bread is your daily, it's your necessities. It's what you need for that day to get to the next day, right? It says, I'm going to read that part again. It says, bread here represents basic needs for life: food, shelter, health, spiritual strength. The purpose is to remind believers to depend on the Most High daily rather than worrying about the future. And we don't know what tomorrow holds. That's why we got to take hold of today, man. What if we don't make it to tomorrow? You know, Lord forbid, but what if we don't make it? What was the last day you did? The last day on earth, what was it? Was it to fulfill your pleasures? Or was it serving and being committed to the mission, man? All right? Was you committed to YAHAWASHI, or was you committed to your pleasures? Because you can't serve two masters. All right, and whom you yield your members to, that's who you servants of. Okay, as it tells you in Romans chapter 6, man. All right, so our daily bread is what we need. Get doing this to get through another day. Yes, it gets stressful. This truth is bitter in the belly. Okay, we go through things. Demons fuck with us, fuck with our minds. Jump on our children, jump on our women, jump on our supervisor, jump on people in traffic, road rage, so on and so forth, man. But the Lord ain't gonna put us through nothing that we can handle. So pay attention to your daily tasks. And that'll help you with your weekly tasks. Your weekly tasks will help you with your monthly tasks. Your monthly tasks will help you with your yearly tasks. Okay, you gotta take this thing day by day because it's a marathon. It's not a hundred meter race, you know, and it's not about the fastest. It's not about the swiftest. Okay, it's about the ones who can endure. So we have to slow it down and take it day by day, man. All right. See, this is man. I'm gonna wait for that one. So this is Psalm 68 and 19. It says, "Blessed be the Lord who daily loadeth us with benefits, even the power of our salvation." Salah. And that's what it is. The Lord take care of us daily. Some days you might have more, some days you might have less, but every day you have. That's the thing. Okay? That's the thing. And ultimately, the most important thing is having His Spirit. All right? That's what we definitely want to have and keep on a daily. Okay? Because once the Lord take His Spirit from you, that's the password to get into the house, so to speak, man. All right? You don't want to be shut out of that house. Okay? One of His enemies. Okay. So yeah, you got and man, it's and one thing I've been coming to terms with is being content, right? Being content with what I have, man. I don't need more and this and that. And hey, me and my woman, we was about to get a new stove, you know, and I'm like, well, we ain't even try to fix that one, you know. But I was like, and I told her she already know how I roll. I was like, well, I ain't. We didn't go in the store for that, but it was there. It was a good price. It was a nice deal. And I just wasn't trying to get it that day because we didn't go in there for it, you know, in there for that. And I told her, I was like, well, we'll think about it. And if I come back and it's here, we'll get it. And it wasn't there. And she already know. If it ain't there, then it wasn't meant to be. Simple as that, man. All right. So, yep. Let's get Psalms 56 and 1, and the point is in 2. It says, to the chief musician upon Jonathan Rekokim, says, Micton of David, when the Philistines took him in Gath. It says, be merciful unto me, O power, for man would swallow me up. He fighteth daily, oppresseth me. He fighting daily oppresseth me. My enemies would daily swallow me up, for they be many that fight against me, O thou most high. And that's the thing. We constantly going to go through things in this truth, man. Like I gave a list of things. Your women, your children, supervisor, flat tire, things are going to happen on a daily. All right. Sometimes you can stay in the house all day and then demons will start plaguing your mind, man. That's just part of it. Okay. That's part of it. All right. But serving YAHAWASHI gives us that hope. It gives us that trust, man. Okay, if you're working on yourself daily, you'll be able to continue to fight daily. All right. But once you let go, like the elder brother Ive here likes to use boxing analogies a lot. He's into boxing. And I'm pretty sure he can explain it better than I can, but I know one thing on the outside looking in. If you don't train on a daily and you got a fight coming up, you're not going to be as polished as you could have been. All right? And we got to fight daily. So guess what? We got to be committed to serving YAHAWASHI daily. Be committed to examining ourselves daily. All right? Committed to this word daily. Completing tasks, man. All right? Where's that? Yep. This is 2 Corinthians 4 and 16. It says, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, we getting older by the day, yet the inward man is renewed day by day, right? So if we're renewed day by day, you gotta You gotta feed your spirit. You gotta do what you're supposed to be doing in order to be renewed. It says cause to grow up, new, to make new strength and vigor and given to ones like a serpent. They shed and their skin is there because they outgrown that. They got bigger, they grew. All right. To be changed into a new kind of life as opposed to the former corrupt state, being becoming a new man. All right, a new creature in YAHAWASHI, So we supposed to be renewed day by day. Every day you should be getting better. All right. You got a house, you got tasks in your house. If you gotta fix the blinds and paint the walls and clean the basement and fix this drywall and mount this TV, then that's you do it all in one day, you're gonna burn yourself out. Then you ain't gonna feel like doing it the next day and the next day and the next day. But if you just complete one each day, and us through the spirit, we do something daily. Be committed on a daily to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Go into the Hebrew this day. Go into his history that day. Read every day, of course. But just talking about just building on the foundation. Just do something daily. Do something daily. It'll build your confidence. It'll build your faith, man, and prepare you for what's coming down the pipe. All right. Let's see. I'm probably just. So this is Luke chapter 9, verse 23. This goes into being renewed. This goes into that sacrifice, man. It says, and he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. Right? Meaning we constantly denying ourselves on a daily. The flesh is the spirit. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So the flesh is going to want to do what it want to do all the time. Now, don't get me wrong. We going to do things. There's a balance to it in a sense. And I say in a sense because you should feed more into the spirit opposed to your flesh. But we go out to eat. We go do things, go on walks and, whatever the case is. Shit, intercourse is a part of the flesh. All right, so that those things happen. Okay, it's not wrong, but you shouldn't be doing it on a daily. There's no room for the spirit to be fed at that point. All right, you can't do it on a daily anyway because you got a Sabbath every week. Oh well, what about the 6 days? Like, come on, man, some control. Rule your spirit. Don't be like a city with no walls. All right, and take pride in that. Take pride in that discipline. But the scriptures do say if a man burn, then let him marry. All right, but you shouldn't be burning every day. Um, so yeah, we gotta deny ourselves and take up that cross. We gotta fight the good fight of faith, man, on a daily. Okay, because it's not gonna get easier. It's only gonna get harder because we're getting closer to the end. This is Acts 17:10. It says, and the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews. These were more noble than those of Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind and searched the scriptures daily, whether those things were so. So you constantly should be searching the scriptures. All right, just as this elder brother right here, he puts up a precept every day. You can go into that precept. You run across of it. Or read on your own. You got apps that'll give you, the app that I got, it gives you a daily verse, and it gives you a daily psalm, and it gives you a daily gospel. That's 3 different things that you can pick from and go into, or do all 3. But be feeding your spirit daily, man. Being committed to the works of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's that probably be committed on a daily, all right, to the works, all right. Where we at? Acts 17. That was that one. All right, we also got Hebrews 3:13. But exhort one another daily, while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. Yeah, at times brothers might come on your spirit, hit that brother up. It might not call. You might not call a brother every day, but you got brothers in your camp every day that you should be dealing with every day. At least a shalom or something. You know what I'm saying? Hit a brother up. Brothers, I know it's not just me and brothers to jump on my spirit. I remember a while ago, one of the elder brothers, he ended up calling me. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? You know, and he was like, oh man, I'm just going through my contacts. You know, periodically I do that. I hit brothers up that I haven't talked to in a while. And I'm like, I'm at the water for the call. And we had a beautiful talk. And I was exhorted. You know, I was exhorted, man. Okay. Now, like I said, you might not call a brother or that brother on a daily, you know, but just being mindful of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we are going through things and we all going through stuff. And as of course, as we get closer to the end, but being mindful of Akim, man, you know, on a daily. All right. Whether it's a specific brothers or brothers in general. Hell, you should be throwing up prayers. That, you know, throw a prayer up for brothers. Brothers should be in your prayers on a daily anyway. That's another thing to do daily. I don't know if I had got a. I thought I had one in Psalms. But most definitely, man, praying on a daily, you know, reading on a daily. And the scripture said what? Read, watch, and pray. Those is three things that you must be doing on a daily. All right? You should definitely be doing on a daily. You know, if you ain't reading on a daily, like I said, get a little app. It'll send you a precept or something. Now, you know you can do more than that, then do more than that. You just got to find that opportunity and capitalize on those moments. Right? This is James 2 and 14. It says, what doeth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith and have not works, Salakia, and have not works, can faith save him? If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, you know, showing you once again daily things that are benefits of YAHAWASHI. Okay, but if they're destitute of that, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doeth it profit? Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead being alone. And that's the thing, man. You got faith in Yahweh Shai, you're gonna take care of one of another. And that one or the other, if they didn't have any food that day and you presented them or gave them food, that's them. That's building their faith up, keeping them humble, keeping them grateful. It should be, you know, but that's what it'll do. And now they got faith in Yahweh Shai, because what did he also say in Matthew, the 6th chapter? He feed the birds, won't he also feed us? All right. Daily, man. Could be committed daily. Yeah, that was the last one. I was gonna get into this and kind of, Numbers 28 kind of went into the different sacrifices that they did on the daily and stuff. But nonetheless, that's what we read, watch, pray, exhorting one another, searching the scriptures, praying. I said praying, um, uh, denying ourselves and picking up our cross. You know, feeding our spirit so we can continue to fight and make it to the next day. And then a day after that, and then a day after that, until the Lord gives us salvation or he give us our walking papers, which Lord forbid, you know. But I think the elder brother had quoted it, occupy until I come. So we got to be occupied until Yahweh Shai delivers the elect, man. All right. So with that, Lord willing, you was edified, and Lord willing, we allowed to endure unto the end. Once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Shalom.